we're back. Welcome, greetings pack. We're gonna do hold conditioning again tonight. We're gonna do Ellie and Kimber. We're gonna do Kimber first. We're gonna wait a little bit to get people give them time to go in. We put an announcement up about a half hour ago, so hopefully it helped with getting you prepared for us to go live. Red, will you take Ellie outside? I think she might have to go to the bathroom.
That backlight off.
Turn the backlight off. So, a couple things before we really. Good.
Yep.
Couple things before we get going too far in. I got several people last time. I asked for a homework assignment, and I asked a couple people to tape their hold conditioning. And what was really good for me to get an understanding is there's a lot of you doing it right now. I've got several messages that had some questions regarding it, and people sent me videos, personal or direct, I guess, to a message to our page. I'm going to be getting back to all of those. I'm going to try to get some time tonight to respond back, and then there's several questions that I got to respond back to too. But I also had a couple of people post it to DogBone. So I know Nolan did an awesome video. He did 3 of them in a row. He texted me last night, and I saw them, and they look great. So I know one of the things his comment was I got to be patient. I think this is going to be a long road. I think you look great for that early on, especially how young your dog is. Your dog's only 6 months old. So don't worry about being behind or how long of a road. So, and Nolan is just an example. So, but he did an awesome job. It was great for me to see it because you went through this. You're going through some of the same things that we went through with these young dogs. So, and you guys, as you continue on, you're going to go through the same stuff that we're going on. Are there some people on?
Matt Green says, hello, Moors. We got Brian Pikarowski, the Polish sensation.
All right, they're back.
Sarah Curie.
Regulars are here. Welcome, Sarah. Welcome, Brian.
There's 6. Doesn't say who else.
Welcome, Matt. There's a couple other. I bet you Angie will be on pretty quick. Welcome, Wyatt and the McDonoughs, the Mondovi connection over there. So as you guys get on, if you do me a favor, type something in so that we know you're live. Another thing that I have asked before too is I love the little thumbs up. So when you see something you're liking with these dogs, it just tells me that you guys are actually watching. It tells me that you're awake. So feel free to do it. Love it when you guys do it. Keep questions coming. Interactive is the key here with live. So fire away if you have questions. I know there were a couple questions that I don't remember them offhand right now, but there was a couple of them with hold. They were hold questions that came to me. I'm going to be answering them tonight, so I'll probably talk about them tomorrow. But let's get into it tonight. So if you remember back to the last one we did, which I think was last Thursday, so it's been a while, too long. I haven't done anything with them since, and I should have, but I just did. I did not set it as a priority, and I should have. But one of the things that we did with her last time was we added a whole bunch of things. We added new bumpers, we put her on the ground, and we moved her around. I think those are the 3 things that we did. So we're gonna do that again tonight. Hope that works. And then I've also got a steady tab where I may put her off on a remote sit and recall her with hold if she gets to that point. But it's been 3 or 4 days since we last did it. She did pretty well, but we're gonna see how that goes. Red, will you let Ellie back in for me? So, and then the other announcement too is we did a giveaway on this page, on our DogBone page, for game recovery. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. If you did, maybe let me know that you saw it. But Red, go out on the porch and call her, okay? And we're gonna announce the winner. Red picked a winner tonight, so that's gonna get a free game recovery kit. And one of the things that we're gonna do is we're gonna do some game recovery stuff real soon. Live, so I can show you just how easy this is. Did you find her? Okay, go on the porch, turn the light on, and then call her, okay? The porch light. There you go. Close the door. There you go. So, let's get started with Kimber. I'm going to go with the easy bumper for her, the one that she does really well with. We walked with her. I'm hold. So she can tell I've got the lead. I put a little hold.
Hi, guys.
Hold. Who's in?
We got Angie, the
Angie's here.
Neckers.
Hold.
Chris
hold.
Dasker, Brian Chapman from Little Swamico.
Hey Brian, hold, hold. So this is a real sloppy start. She's really chomping down, she's throwing her head back, hold. There she sighed a little bit. Did, good. Go back and go out on the porch and call for her, huh? She'll come, okay? Go ahead. Okay, that was a real sloppy one. So we're gonna start again. Hold. Now, see how she really snapped at it? Now, she is really high energy right now. We didn't do much today. So she is like wound super tight. So I want to get her to understand that I don't mind the enthusiasm, but it has to be controlled. Hold. 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 Now this is much better. So just my firmness of, I'm just not taking it. I'm not, sit. Hold. 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 Now Red comes in with Ellie. Thanks, Red. Hold. And that's a big distraction for her to work through. Put Taylor back on her place if you would. Hold. So this is great because there's a lot of distractions right now. And she actually is focusing through it pretty nice. Hold. She's just such a short fuse. As soon as I make a move for her, she loses it. Hold. Hold. There she wants to turn away. Hold. Hold. Good. Hold. 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 I don't like that turning away. Hold. There. Sit. Hold. 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 There. Good. And that was a nice release. I can see she's putting about as much, all the pressure I will allow. If she gets to putting any more on this, it's not a hard mouth, but it's way harder than I'd like. I'm not too worried about it yet, but if she were to put more pressure on it, I'd have to put a little correction to it and not shake her up, but let her know we're not going to be doing that. Not much better take there. Hold. 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 So now I'm actually taking a step, sit. Away from her, sit. Hold. Hold. Good. Now I'm going to come up to her. Hold. Like I would expect a delivery. Hold. No. Hold. Good. Good. Hold. Now I'm going to come back in for it again. Hold. That was better. I don't like this turning the head away. Hold. Good. Hold. 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 Good. Hold. 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 Dead. Good girl. And it was a pretty nice give. Good. Okay, so now I'm going to move her a little. Easy. Hold. Hold. Yeah.
Angie says it's good to see her on the floor and making steps forward.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I'm glad. Now, here's where we're multitasking. See, she struggles with her heel work. She likes to be a half step ahead. So she's still going to have to work on that. But she's holding real nice. That was a nice turn. Hold. 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 Sit. Hold. Hold. So we move it around. Hold. Now I'm going to come up to her, and I do not want her flipping her head on me. Hold. 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 Good. Hold. Hold. Good. Hold. Dead. Very nice. Good. Now I'm going to take a little step here. I'm going to add to this. See what I mean by a short fuse. I think a lot of you guys have dogs that have that. Oh, I do too. Sit.
Hi, Marcy.
Marcy's on?
Mm-hmm.
Marcy Goebel?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Marcy. Hold. 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 See, what I'm doing is it's nowhere near the lead that I normally have on her. It's just that little short steady tap. I'm going to go through the same routine. Hold. And I want to come up to her in the position that I want her to come to me. Hold. Hold. Good. Hold. Dead. There. Real nice delivery. Good girl. Let's try something here. Sit. She takes a nice hold. Hold. Now this will be the first time we do this. Hold. As long as she works through this. Here. Here. Hold. Hold. Good. Mini retrieve. Hold. 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 No. Hold. Dead. 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 Good. That was a big step. See how goofy she is? She feels that lead hanging down on her. So she thinks I have complete control over her. She feels that weight on her neck. Hold. Hold. I don't think she'd do this if I took her off the lead completely. I think she's just too wound right now. Here. Good. Hold. See. Oh, this is about as perfect as it could get. Hold. Hold. Good. Good. Hold. 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 Dead. That was about as perfect as it could get. Heel. Heel. See? We're going to add a little length to it. Hold. Hold. Here. Hold. Sit. Sit. Good. Hold. Hold. Heel. Hold. Hold. Go here. Hold. Hold. Now we're adding all sorts of stuff. See. Good. But nice. Nice. No, I have no worry about her dropping right now. I don't. That she's hold is ingrained in her right now. Here. Hold. Hold. She likes to come to heel. Sit. That's okay. Hold. 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 I'd like a little more focus at the end here. Hold. 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 Dead. Good. Alright, so let's try her bumper. But she did really good with that orange one. Hold. Hold. No chomping. New bumper, and all of a sudden she wants to chomp. Hold. Good. Good. Good girl. Sit. Sit. Hold. Good. Hold. little distractions here. We got other people in here. Here. Sit. Hold. Good. There was a perfect delivery. Hold. Dead. Good. Alright, I'm gonna go feather bumper. See. Hold. Good. Hold. See how she's getting a little jumpy. Hold. Gonna have a distraction on this one. Hold. This will be a big test. Hold. Here. Good. Hold. Now I'm gonna wait till she gets to me. Hold. Good. This is gonna eliminate switching. Hold. So she's got to hold through that bumper flying by. Hold. I'm gonna go pick this one up. She's got to hold. Very good. Did. She doesn't spit the feathered one as quickly. Now, this will be a real test. Let's see. So we're adding little layers to tonight's training. Just because she's telling me she's ready to do that. She's probably taken the most steps, the furthest in the last 2 sessions. So if you guys are new to this, go back weeks and you'll see we took baby steps with Kimber because Kimber was just a nut half the time. And she would get so excited, we couldn't go any further. We'd get so excited, couldn't go any further. Then all of a sudden she started to settle in and we would add it to it. And then she'd settle in and we'd add to it. Well, the last 2 nights, last 2 sessions, she's taken more steps than she's taken in the first 3 weeks. So she's getting it. That tells me that's just her pace. Some dogs do it really early. Some dogs go really quick and then they hit roadblocks. Some dogs go really well and then they hit roadblocks. Some dogs bump into roadblocks early on. So it doesn't matter. So what really matters is we worked through those hard times and now we're continuing to move forward. We're moving a whole lot faster. So if she allows me to go faster, I put my foot on the gas a little bit more. If she starts to create issues, pump the brakes and slow down a little bit. So now this is the test that I'm going to give her. Big bumper, which she handles fine. Feathered bumper, way more desirable. She's going to hold this old dirty fire hose bumper while feathered bumpers fly by her. Now we got to see if hold is more valuable than a feathered bumper flying by you. So we're going to see how well hold is with her. It's going to be a good test. So she's remote. Now I got to work on her steadiness because she's not very steady. She has a tendency to lose her steadiness really quickly. She loves to retrieve. So I'm going to call her to me. I'm going to do the same thing. Feathered bumper is going to go past her. Here. Good. Come on. Hold. Get her attention back. Hold. Good. Very nice. Hold. That's quite a temptation. A feathered bumper goes flying by. Now, the next step onto that. I won't do it with the feathered. Hold. Is I'll go with this one here. And we're going to do one more distraction, which is basically helping to eliminate switching. When I say switching, I mean one bumper's out, dog goes to bring it back, another bumper goes, and they drop the first one to go get the second one. See, can't have that. Can't have that because it's going to create major issues in the field. So now what I'm going to do is as she gets to about halfway here, one's going to go up over the top of her head. Big distraction. Kimber. Here. Good. Hold. So that was a big distraction, big temptation. Sit. Hold. And a real nice hold. Very good. That's it for her today. She's great steps with Kimber. Now, I'm going to put Kimber up, and Ellie will be next. Here. I'll be right back. Anybody got any questions on that? Fire away. I'll be right back. Anything? Anybody got anything?
Yeah, a couple.
Couple questions. Let's answer a couple questions.
John Ballard wants to quit his job and become a dog trainer.
John Ballard wants to quit his job and be a dog trainer. I'll tell you what, John, it's not all it's cracked up to be, but depends on what your job is, I suppose.
Christy Yesker wants you to come train up kids.
Come train the kids. You don't have enough money, Christy.
Well, where was it? Larry.
Here.
You're up
Ellie,
on
here.
top.
Let me get Ellie
Larry
ready.
Dean, he said he just sent you a message, but maybe you could answer tonight. He's 9 days in, and Remy still seems to be very timid. It's almost like she's scared to death. I've tried to make it as positive as possible, but I'm afraid I'm going to make it a negative. Any advice?
So, I got to look again. I'm not sure when you asked that question, but there was one that was talking about a wooden dowel that the dog wasn't taking the dowel, and I don't know if I answered that on this or not, or
Is
if it
that
was
you, Larry, with the wooden dowel?
one that I read. Larry, is that the question you had? It was something about put her on the table and she doesn't take the dowel.
No, I think Larry was on a couple times ago, and he said that she really had no confidence
read
with
me
it,
that
and he
question.
told him to go back and watch Ellie and build confidence and be really positive
Okay.
with it.
Read me that question one more time, just so I can get an exact good answer.
His dog's scared to death of hold conditioning.
Dog's scared of hold conditioning. So, for my question to you, Larry, is what part is she scared of? Is she scared of getting up on the table? Is she scared of you putting stuff in her mouth? Is she scared of you've got a problem, it sounds like, and so I need more information in order to answer it. What's she scared of? Because so when questions come up in dog training, this is how I approach them. Like my dog acts timid. Okay, what's creating it? Is it something? What changed? Is it just something that we started doing that she became timid? So is it putting her up on a table or setting her up in a hold conditioning type environment that creates that timidness? Is she timid before that? Because if she's timid before that and she's just afraid to do anything, hold conditioning isn't the issue. It's the idea of no confidence. So now all of a sudden I forget about hold conditioning and I go, how do I build my dog's confidence? How do I build my dog's excitement about life in general? So if that would be my first question. Is it the table? Is it the scenario when you start putting dowels in mouths? And then once we have that answer, Larry, we'll know more. So give me a little more on what your question on how that goes. I'm going to start with her, but I'll let Steph read it to me when it comes. But we'll get to this. Okay, yes. Last time with Ellie, our issue was she did really well and she made retrieves. She made real nice retrieves until she got to this one. And this one was starting to move around and she dropped it once and then she picked it up funny and it was hard for her to hold, and so she struggled with this. She not real bad, but she struggled to the point where it hit the ground twice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back up. So Larry, this is my problem last time was my dog would drop with this. She dropped it. Now she knows what hold is. If you guys have watched this, she holds very well. She delivers very well. She doesn't take it nearly as quickly as Kimber, but I feel all kinds of confidence hold in her on hold right now. I feel like I can leave her for a long time. Here. Hold. See. Good. Hold. Yep. So, but this bumper, she feels really good with here. And that floppy-headed pheasant, that's an Avery bumper. Hold it. She dropped it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to back up. So I figure out, well, it's not hold that I don't think it's hold that she has an issue with. I think it was this bumper she had an issue with. So now what we're going to do is we're going to practice with it. So I'm going to get her real good at figuring out, you know what, this one, you got to pick it up in certain spots in order for it to feel right in your mouth. Because this dog I want to make little retrieves with. I want to make retrieves again tonight. We started making retrieves last time. I want to continue it. So I'm going to have her hold. See what she wants to do? She wants to go to the back end of it and pick it up. It's a little smaller there. Hold. Hold. And right away I can see her confidence shrink. There's a little wag on the tail. That's a good girl. But her ears clamped, and I can just feel her confidence go away when that thing goes in her mouth. Here, come on, come on. Good. Hold. Good. Hold. Now the other thing was, part of the reason why, there's some confidence. Part of the reason I think the issue was last time was, each time she made a retrieve, I went in and I took it away right away. I took it from her. And if you remember some of our little tests, we go up and we test them. Hold. 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 Don't just go up and take it every time because they will anticipate it and spit it. So as soon as I come in like this, hold. Hold. Reminder, be very clear. Hold. Very nice. Come on. Very good. Very good. Hold. Hold. Good. Hold. Don't turn on me. Hold. Dead. Very good. See how quick she's ready to drop? So she is an anticipator for a dead command. I say dead. Some people were saying drop. I saw, we ran into the name thing with Nick. Keep, I think is what he's using. He sent me a video. I didn't watch it yet. He sent me a video of, he's got that little pointing dog. And he was struggling with whoa. Hold and whoa. His dog was getting confused. So he switched it up and he's using keep. Come on. So now, I'm going to do a couple retrieves here from sit with this bumper. And this is what we're using tonight. Hold. That's what we're using because we're going to get through that. That's our roadblock. That was our roadblock last week. Good. She's lost her confidence already. I can see it. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's kind of dark over there. She's curled right back up with her ears. Well, we left her alone in the dark with the bumper she doesn't really like. She's going to have to learn to like it. All right, here. Good girl. Come on. Hold. 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 Now I'm standing with my back up against the stove. Hold. Dead. Good girl. Because she has a tendency to want to come around on me. So I back up to the wall and she can't. So now I'm trying to program her to deliver to the front. So now we get this little trailing memory. Sit. Sit. Good. Girl, she's got to figure out where to pick it up. She goes right for the wrong spot. Come on, come on, come on. No, see, does not like to pick that up. She's got to pick it up. Come on. No. Now we got an issue. Come here. Now we've got an issue. Good girl. Come on. Hold. 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 No. Hold. Hold. It's the same problem we had last week. Hold. Hold. So I thought we would prep her for it. Hold. Very good. Hold. Good. Dead. Good girl. So, we just saw a classic example of she ran into the same problem she did last week. So, we got a little bump. So, I'm going to give her one more chance at it. I'm not going to do a trailing memory. I'm going to send her on it quick and I'm going to try to get her excited for it. All I want her to do is, she knows how to pick this thing up. Now, this is why I don't like these things. They get slippery. So this gets wet, gets real slick, gets real slippery. I don't want to make this any more of an issue than I need to with her. She's used to picking up the bumpers, and I don't think she's still doing bumper. Yeah. Good. Hold. Hold. Hold right here. Hold. Hold. Now I'm going to remind her, she's got a terrible grip on it. Hold. Hold. You picked it up that way, you have to hold it that way. She's going to have to learn to pick these things up better. Hold. Very nice. Very nice. Hold. Hold. Dead. Very good. Very good. Let's go to a bigger bumper. Heel. This one will do a trailing memory. Now, what part of the reason I like to do trailing memories is I don't like steadying. I don't like compromising steadiness. So throwing bumpers and setting on retrieves, all of a sudden dogs think every time something throws they're going to get a retrieve. That's not the case. So this steadies them up. Good. Hold. There's a nice pickup. Hold. Hold. Here. Hold. Hold. It's not perfect. Hold. Hold. Very good. Hold. And her tail's wagging. Now she's got a little heel. Come on, come on. She picked it up funny. She's got to hold through this. Hold. She almost wanted to adjust it. Hold. Good. She's going to learn to pick it up better. Hold. Dead. Very good. That's it. Now, right back to the old bummer bird here. Her body language changes immediately. Not this again. Good girl. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah. No. No, 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 no. She did not like it. Ellie. Good. Come on. Come on. Come on. You can sense I'm getting frustrated. She sure can sense it. Ellie. Ellie, good girl. Come on. Come on. Now I gotta get her excited. Ellie. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Ellie. 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 Here. Ellie. 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 Get it. Come on. Oh boy. Here. All I want to do is get her to here. She can totally sense my frustration. Here. Come here. Come. Come. I'm going to regroup and we're just going to try to get out of this.
Oh, girl.
So this is blinking. So that's blinking. Sit. And there is where we stop with Ellie. We will go no further. So she is going to have to go start over. And I'm going to start with hold with this. We're going to go through it. Because right now she's not comfortable picking this up. And she kind of loses it. So, and I'm really frustrated. Like, I'm really disappointed right now. So she certainly can sense it. She's wound up right now. Come on. I was hoping to push her over the edge. I was hoping to just get her to pick it up and be okay with it. Come on. That's it. So, hold. Hold. For the next couple nights, this is what we'll do. Hold. Good girl. Until I can get the same look out of her with this, with that. She's loose with it right now. She almost spit it out. Hold. She doesn't like it. Hold. Hold. Good. So you just saw it live. One of the most frustrating things that you go through. Hold. Good. Hold. Any questions on that?
We had a couple. Do you
Yeah.
want?
So that was a really, did you see how quick she spit that out? Just wants to get it out of her mouth. Here. So she's going to have to do much better than that before we go any further. Which is disappointing because I was ready to go outside with her. Now we won't. What was the question?
We've got a couple.
Give me. Come on. Good girl. Hold. Now I'm just trying to get out of this with a nice hold. Hold. That was much better. She's got a much better grip on it. Hold. Hold. Good. Dead. Boy, she's quick to spit it. Okay, question time. Because we're done with that. That's it.
All right, Larry's back.
Larry's back.
Yep. So from before, he said she was not timid before. She never acted this way until we started this training. We moved from the table to the floor yesterday. I thought that might change her attitude, but it didn't. Funny thing is, as soon as we are done, she turns into a completely different dog. I still have to physically put the dowel in every time. I'm constantly trying to reassure her she's doing a good job. Once the dowel is in, the hold is good, but I've yet to get a tail wag and the ears are always laid back.
I wouldn't be off the table yet, Larry. I'd still be on the table. So if you're still on the dowel, sounds like you're still on the dowel and you're on the ground, don't go to the ground until you take more steps. So on the table with the dowel, start with a bumper. Get rid of the dowel. As long as she's holding onto the dowel. So the question is are you at least getting a hold? I don't need her to take it. I don't need her to be happy about it. But I need to get the concept or the idea of a hold with the dowel. So if you got her on the table, go back on the table. And if you got her on the table and you put the dowel in and she's holding, and you're being able to take your hand away and you're being able to take a step away, so does she understand that this is supposed to put something in my mouth, hang on to it? Does she understand what hold means? If yes, move to a bumper on the table. Put a bumper in. Go through the same process. The dowel is important in the beginning for dogs to understand that this isn't so good, and it might not be good to start out with. So don't associate it with something like a bumper. But once they understand that it's not, they're holding on to it at least, and not fussing and fighting and spitting out and chomping, then go to something like this and see if that makes a change. But don't move to the ground if you don't have it good on the table. Don't go to the ground. So moving to the ground just to see if we maybe make her feel better, we might be missing the point of hold. So got to get her to hold to start out with. She doesn't have to be happy about it, but at least not fighting it or making mistakes with it. Then go to a canvas bumper on the table. Go to something else. Change it up. Then once you get that, then put her on, take her to the ground. As long as she's holding. But don't go to the ground if you don't have a good hold, a perfect hold on table. So when I say perfect, I don't go to a canvas bumper usually until I get a perfect hold with a wooden dowel. You shouldn't either. It's got to be a good hold. It doesn't have to be a happy hold, but it has to be a good hold. Then you can start adding to it. So to me, I don't know why she's timid. Sounds like the process of hold conditioning is so maybe you don't even do hold. Maybe you put her on the table and you just pet her until she's not timid anymore. Then you start introducing a wooden dowel. But if you've changed a bunch of stuff and put a dog up on a table and you put a tether on it and you're all of a sudden it's been it might take a week before you even do hold, just to get the dog to be okay with it. So I don't know. It sounds like this process is intimidating her. So before you get into the process, get her comfortable. And you changed a bunch of stuff into the process. So get her comfortable with the first one, which might be just being up on a table and tying her off. And then it might be up on a table and tying her off and taking a wooden dowel out and holding it in your hand. Maybe you don't even put it in your mouth. Just hold it in your hand and pet her with the other hand. Get her okay with that. If she's okay, take a step forward. If she's okay, take a step forward. If she's okay. As soon as you run into where she's not okay, work on that until she's okay, and then move forward. But to be down on the ground with it, you've probably gone too far, too quick. So you got to back up. Good question. Ask more about that if I'm not answering it and making sense. Next question.
Okay. Brian Pikarowski, what is your command that you're using to have her fetch the bumper?
Her name. Sending her on her name every time. So the reason I do that is because if I'm hunting multiple dogs, I'm going to send a dog on a name. So we proceed just about every command when they're little with their name. Ellie, heel. Ellie, sit. So early. When we send them, I send them on their name. Ellie, Kimber, Taylor, whoever it is. So I'm sending them on their name. And when I start out with them when they're little and I feed them and I create a real steady dog by feeding them and making them be calm and quiet and wait, I line them up and I send them on their name to get the food. So that is how I start that out when they're real little pups. Line them up and send them to their food. Line them up and send them on a retrieve.
Mitchell Berman, how do you eliminate head shaking?
Mitchell, head shaking. So you're not. I've seen dogs that do it. Usually it's pretty aggressive. They usually may have a hard mouth at that point. So head shaking should be fixed through this process. But you've got head shaking in a retrieve. It sounds like. Stop retrieving. Go through hold conditioning. By the time you're done with hold conditioning, they probably won't head shake because they're going to start to understand that they're brainwashed into picking stuff up and bringing it back, picking stuff up, bringing it back. And if you go too fast in the hold conditioning process and you don't do it right, that's when those little issues will come up. So stop retrieving. Don't allow them to continue to form bad habits. Go through this and then let me know if it's doing it after that.
Angie wants to know, how do you break the blink, and is it wrong to make that bumper more attractive with feathers on it?
Yes. So how do I break the blink? Hold conditioning. She's not done with it, and there's the mistake with it. So we need her to understand that there is no blinking. Blinking's not acceptable. So I'm going to go back, take steps back, and we're just going to do hold with that bumper. That's all we're going to do. She obviously doesn't know it yet. So I got a little bold, and I went a little fast, and I thought she's making retrieves, and she doesn't pick that bumper up confidently, and she blinked on it. She blinked on it 3 times on me tonight. So no more. She didn't blink on the canvas bumper. So don't throw canvas bumpers for her and go, oh, no, she doesn't blink on those at least. We're going to go right to that bumper that she struggles with, and we're going to fix it. We're going to go through hold with it the whole way through, and we won't go any further until she's ready for it. I don't want to make it more attractive. Make it more attractive. They're trained to retrieve. They're trained to retrieve whatever I'm giving them. So I don't want to go to make it real attractive to them by adding feathers or using cold. Because next thing you know is they're going to get bored with feathers and they're going to go, I'd rather have cold game. I'm only going to retrieve if you throw cold game. No. You're going to retrieve if I throw a canvas bumper. You're going to retrieve if I scented tennis balls. You're going to retrieve if I've got pheasant dummies, feathered, any of those. Retrieves to retrieve when we start working on retrieving drills. So don't I'm not going to make it better for them in order for them to do it. Because there's going to come a time where they're going to go, well, I don't like picking up mallards anymore. I'd rather pick up teal. Well, I can't have a dog that does that. I got to have a dog that retrieves everything. So I may use a feathered bumper once in a while to get dogs excited. You saw that we did that at one point through this process. We took feathered bumpers and got a little more excitement out of them. So once in a while, yeah, but not all the time, because all of a sudden then they're not that special anymore. That's why tennis balls. I only use tennis balls. I use tennis balls a lot in training. I think they're great scenting tools. I can put antler scent on them and roll them across the grass and teach dogs to find them. It doesn't look like an antler, but it smells like one, and it laid a great scent trail. And what is it? It's a tennis ball. My dogs love tennis balls. I can do the same thing with blood trail. I can put my blood trail scent on it, and I can roll it across or skip it across with one of those chuckets. Lays a great scent trail. It's a super easy game of little tracks. So I do that all the time. I say it all the time, but not all the time, because tennis balls, I save tennis balls for special occasions. I save tennis balls for when I really got to have a nice reward for a dog. So if they have tennis balls laying all over the yard, they're not that special anymore. Pick them all up, put them in your training bag. Don't let them have tennis balls until training. And so when the tennis ball comes out, man, it's a very special thing. If I left this with the dog in their kennel all the time, they'd probably chew them up. And they'd walk by them 100 times a day, just like antlers. I don't use antlers. I don't leave antlers out for shed dogs because they'll walk past them 100 times a day, and I'm conditioning habits. And the habit is repetition and consistency. Do something over and over and over again. Well, when dogs walk by stuff 100 times, pick it up 10 times, what did they do 90 times? They walked right past it. And the habit that's formed stronger 90 out of 100 times was walk right past it. So I do not leave these things lay around the house because I condition dogs to do the wrong thing. Dogs are always learning, we're always training. If Wyatt's listening right now, he'll remind you of that quote. But they're always learning, consequently we're always training. Start thinking with that mentality and it'll go a lot easier. She's in training right now. We're done with our session. She's still in training. Every dog I've got is always in training, and they're always learning. So be careful of that. They're always learning. Don't form bad habits. Good question.
Matt Green wants to know, do you stop for the session when you get aggravated when your dog doesn't listen, or do you walk away for a minute and regroup?
Depends on where we are in the session. You saw me about as frustrated as I could be. I mean, like, I'm sweating right now. Like, I have beads of sweat.
Whoa.
I get so angry when she did that. But if you saw her, she knew it. I mean, she's jumping on her place. She's going, where can I go that he's not going to be able to get a hold of me? She's not afraid of me, but she does not want to disappoint me. And I'm to the point of, like, losing it. So, and I ended it. I ended it positive. I put a bumper in her mouth. I made her hold 2 times, and then I called it quits. Your question, when do you stop? If you can't, if you're to the point where you can't handle it anymore, you went too far. So yeah, you have to stop. I'm reminded of it and tested of it every day, just like you guys. Who said they wanted to be a dog trainer before? Somebody said they wanted to be a dog trainer. Well, those are the moments.
John Ballard.
Who? John Ballard? Mm-hmm. Those are the moments you don't want to be a dog trainer, because those are the moments that you just want to. You're very upset. I mean, that's the nicest way I can put it. I was pissed. Like, I was downright pissed. So, but you guys have seen how Ellie is. You've seen her temperament and her disposition. She's as soft as can be. And I can't hardly raise my voice to her without her cowering and trying to shut down on me. Well, here's a story. Taylor. Taylor is one of our dogs, and she's great. She's very soft, but she's great. She takes a little bit of pressure. It takes more than Ellie. But one day, I mean, we're in some really advanced stuff. We're lining through hundreds of yards and going through 3 different types of cover on a memory. And I did it actually as a big circle memory. So it's like on her 3rd one, and I send her through. She goes through 3 types of cover: a ditch, a tree line, a grass field, and into another tree line to make a pick. And I'm working on hand signals. So I stopped her before the first barrier and gave her a real hard back to try to drive her through it all. And so I did that, and she took it really nice. And I expected her to be back with that bumper in a couple minutes. And she didn't come. It was pretty hot. It was summertime. This is 2 summers ago. So I'm ready to be done, and she's not back yet. So I get out my whistle, beep, 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 and I'm really getting on her. And I'm hollering, Taylor, here, come on, here. I mean, I'm on her with my voice. Let's go. I know she's got the bumper, right? But she's gone. And now I can't find her. And now I'm trying to call her back to me. And now I can't find her anymore. And I'm just mad. So then I'm really searching for her. Literally, I cannot find the dog. And I'm so pissed. I stormed back to the house. And I found Taylor in the kennel, in the garage, holding onto her bumper. But she got so scared because of my tone of voice, she ran back to the house and went in her kennel. And so I looked at her, and I was just embarrassed to think, I let that little dog get me that upset. She knew it and took off. So I realized at that point, like, that was way too much. Way, way too much. Now, different dogs take different amounts, but with her, she's so soft, I couldn't hardly raise my voice on her tonight. That's frustrating. Some people love these little soft dogs. I do. But way test of patience, because most people don't have dogs that are that soft, and they're not nearly as patient, and so they're able to get away with a little bit more of some of their dogs, and sometimes that's better, sometimes that's worse. But yeah, so good question. When's it time to stop? Before you lose your cool, man. Before I was boiling over, I had to stop. So we ended it as best we could.
Do you use an e-collar?
Do I use an e-collar? Who has that?
Matt Green.
Matt. Come on, Matt. How long have you been watching this now? I do not use a shock collar. I don't call them e-collars. E-collars
Hi,
sound...
Renee.
Huh?
Your sister's on.
E-collars sound... Renee?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Renee. E-collars sound really nice. They're not. They're shock collars. They shock your dog. I don't use them. I might have some people quit watching us now because of it. I don't care. I used to tiptoe around shock collars. I don't want to upset anyone. I literally have had people, I think, want to fist fight me after seminars because I don't use them and I say I don't use them. And I had guys, you have to use them and blah, blah, blah. Why? I don't. So I don't use them. I don't pretend to dance around it anymore. I think they create more problems than they fix. I think in that situation, tempers, very few people have tempers and temperament to actually use an e-collar correctly. I don't think there is a correct way. I disagree completely with avoidance training, but that's why we're not force fetching. But very few people have the willpower and the ability to lay off of that button. And what it does is it creates very unnatural timing. Dog training, good dog trainers have good timing. And if you jeopardize natural timing, you throw everything off. I can't correct at the wrong time. I can't praise at the wrong time and effectively train. So when you start putting, we're a push button society. We're people that want stuff and we want stuff now. And the e-collar, the shock collar people have a really big marketing budget. They've spent a lot of money. They pay a lot of people to use them and say that this is the easiest, quickest way to train a dog. And that's what we're up against. That's fine. I do not use them. So the longest answer to the simplest question, no. Anybody else?
That's it on
Great
questions.
question. Great question, though. I won't hold it against you, Matt.
Mike Mecca's here. He was late because he was picking up fresh dough pea for the season.
Well, good for you, Mike. Where are you picking up your fresh dough pea?
He collects it in buckets.
Come on, man. Conquest. Go to the store. Get some Conquest. You'll be fine. Anybody else got any questions? All right. Like I said, guys, I'm going to go back. I got questions.
Nope, they want to know who won the thing.
Oh, so we got to announce. Who asked that? Good question.
They asked it a couple times at the beginning.
Okay, the winner of that game recovery kit is Hunter Stingle. Hunter Stingle.
Stingle?
So
Stingle?
Hunter, if you're a silent watcher, make a comment right now. But you are the winner of the game recovery, so I'll send you a message. I want to if you guys did liked and shared that post, I really appreciate it. I'll do more stuff like that. I'm not big on tricking people into liking and all that stuff, but I think it is kind of fun to do giveaway stuff. So we gave away some decals a couple weeks ago for people that were asking questions. I think Matt Green got one and Angie got one. Pikaruski. I think we're gonna send him one. If you would, Brian, send me in a message. You don't have to put it on here, but send it to me direct with your address, and we'll ship you a DogBone decal. So that's what the idea behind that is. Thank you guys for being interactive, because live isn't fun if you're not interactive.
One more question. Matt Green wants to know: are canvas bumpers better than plastic for the hold condition?
Yes. Yeah. Hold conditioning is fine. You can use the plastic ones too. I don't like the plastic ones because they don't feel like anything natural. So. And they get real slippery. That's potentially one of the issues with this. This gets slippery. I don't like these things. This is an Avery. I don't like them. I don't like the ones that are foam, the Doken ones. They get full of water and they stink. And I don't like these. This is slippery and it's plastic. Hey, that's the way it is. I like this. It feels like a bird. This feels like a bird. This, when I put wings on, feels like a bird. What are you laughing so hard about? But you can use that plastic one for hold conditioning. I will say this: I use those plastic rubber ones in the water in the summertime. I will use those because they don't get full of water and they don't stink. So, but I'll use those. What are you laughing about?
I don't know. It's
Someone
past my
said-
bedtime.
So, all right. Anybody else got any questions? That's it?
That's it.
All right. Thanks, guys. We're going to do it again tomorrow. Gosh, we took steps back with Ellie tonight, but that's all right. You guys got to see that too,
Packer
man.
Bear game tomorrow night, remember?
No, not tomorrow night. Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Oh, Thursday.
So Packers play the Bears on Thursday. If you're a Bears fan, let me know because you might get a sticker. Takes a lot to be a Bears fan these days. My son and I both know it. So, all right. Well, thanks, guys. We will see you again tomorrow night. If you got more questions, fire away. I'll answer some of those ones that I've not gotten to at this point. So.